Hello, this is the Daily Forex Report for August 16th. We're looking at the US Japanese yen pair first. Let me change the chart. There we go. Let's go ahead and zoom on in a little bit. We did see this pair move lower from the open of this new week. This session closed lower overall, moving sideways. Bias is definitely sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 86.66, possibly as low as 84.61. Look for some resistance around 85.65 and look for some support around 85.00. Now let's take a look at the EURUSD pair. This pair closed higher, did gap up, filled that gap, moved a little bit lower, and then retraced, moving higher overall. Still looking for a slight bias to the downside. Look for it to potentially go as high as 129.43, possibly as low as 126.47. Look for some resistance around 128.75 and look for some support around 127.25. Now the pound US dollar pair, it closed higher. It did move lower, breaking through some previous support, but did close higher, starting to move sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 157.82, possibly as low as 154.40. Look for some resistance around 157.15 and look for some support around 155.25. Okay, now the US Swiss, this pair moved lower today, significantly lower, ran into previous support and pulled back a little bit. Overall, still moving sideways. Definitely looking for this pair to move up during this next session due to that. Look for it to potentially go as high as 106.98. Possibly as low as 102.87. Look for some resistance around 104.50 and look for some support around 103.25. Now as far as news analysis go, we have the consumer price index for the pound being released for July at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that it has moved lower from 0.1% down to a negative 0.2%. We also have the year-to-date showing a decline from 3.2% to 3.1%. Now, the U.S. has their producer price index for July being released at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is things have moved higher, at least in July, from a negative 0.5% to a positive 0.2%. We also have year-to-date figures jumping from 2.8% to 4.2% overall, which would definitely be positive news for the US dollar. Now, what am I looking for during this next session? We got this nice little trend line here that's being formed over the past 3 sessions here with the US, the EURUSD. Basically looking for, if you notice, it didn't quite reach there this last session, looking for a buy here, looking to take out this high, and this high. If you take a look at actually what that looks like from a pip standpoint, it actually gets a little bit exciting. You got about 20 pips there, you got about 50 there, on up to about 75, 80 pips to the high there. So you basically just decide on where you want to get out. Do you want a quick little 20 pip scalp? Do you want to grab a little bit more or possibly even more? Trailing your stop on up as you go is another way to do it. Look to basically buy, look to exit, or when you reach this point, go to break even. Here, move 20 pips into profit, and then when you move up to this point, go ahead and move your stop on up and exit the trade at this point. Or you could look long term to possibly even go up as high as here and hit this previous support, which would now possibly be resistance. This would occur over a couple of sessions, I'd imagine, if we get a full retracement. Well, that about wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.